Proverbs 11, day 11. Let's go. All right, so we're reading one Proverbs a day for the month of February. So hopefully you're either caught up or you start watching the videos after this. Alrighty, so again, this is all about Solomon dropping one-liner gems, nuggets, one-hitters, whatever you want to call them, that basically every verse is a new characteristic or a new point of wisdom. So a couple verses that I really wanted to highlight is actually going to be 1 through 4. It's going to be titled False Balance and a Just Weight. So verse 1, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perseverance of transgressors shall destroy them. Verse 4, riches profit not in the day of the wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. So basically what this is saying is, verse 4 is really what pops out. It's going to be riches profit not in the day of wrath. So the day of judgment, there's going to be no type of money. There's nothing that you can do to earn your way into heaven. There's no way that you can buy out your way into heaven or out of judgment. But righteousness delivered from death. That's completely talking about Jesus. Jesus willingly going up on the cross, and with his righteousness is the reason why we don't have to go on the cross and burn, because honestly, we deserve to burn. And if you don't believe that, then you're probably too good of a person. Take that with a grain of salt, because it took me a little while to understand that. I didn't get that, and I was like, what do you mean I'm too good of a person? I'm just trying to do right. I'm trying to do God right. But then I had to realize, bro, there is nothing that you can do in this world that can earn your way or make God love you more than what he already does. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and start reading from verse 5 on. It's a little bit long of a chapter. It's pretty much the same size as yesterday, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and read all the way through. So with that being said, starting off on verse 5, the righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. Righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but the transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. When a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of the unjust man perisheth. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. A hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. Alrighty, so verse 10. So verse 10 is going to be called rejoicing with the righteousness. When it goeth well with the righteousness, the city rejoiceth. And when the wicked perish, there is shouting. By the blessing of the upright the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor, but the man of understanding holdeth his peace. A tale-bearer revealeth secrets, but he that is of a fruitful spirit concealeth the matter. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Gotta have community. He that is surety for a stranger shall smart for it, but he that hath suretyship is sure. that was a tongue twister. Oh my gosh. A graceful woman retaineth honor, a strong man retain riches. The merciful man doeth good toward his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh. The wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be sure reward. As righteousness tendeth to life, so he that poureth evil pursueth it to his own death. They that are of a forward heart are abomination to the Lord, but such as upright in their ways are his delight. Through hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seeds of the righteousness shall be delivered. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. The desire of the righteousness is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. There is that scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is withholdeth more than is met, but it tendeth to poverty. The liberal soul that is made fat, and he that watereth shall be watereth also himself. He that withholdeth corn The people shall curse him, but blessing shall be upon his head of him that selleth it. The last couple verses, which is going to be 22 to 31. He that diligently seeketh good procureth favor, but he that seeketh mischief, it shall come unto him. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but righteousness shall flourish as a branch. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteousness is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. Behold, the righteous shall be recompensed in the earth, much more the wicked and the sinner. Alrighty, so there is a couple verses that I wanted to highlight. I know that I just read the rest of the verses, but a couple that pop out to me is going to be Proverbs 11 verse 12. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. Holdeth his peace, I'm thinking maybe like holds his mouth, doesn't really always say what's at the tip of his tongue, you know, kind of what we talked about in the other videos, power of death and life and the power of the tongue. Verse 17, the merciful man doeth good to his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh. Verse 18, the wicked worketh a deceitful work, but to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. 19, as righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death. The next one that I wanted to highlight is going to be 23. The desire of the righteousness is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. The verse that really popped out to me was going to be verse 28. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, but the fool shall be a servant to the wise of heart. And verse 30, it's like, dang. The fruit of the righteousness is a tree of life, but he that winneth souls is wise. I mean, with all those verses highlighted, I think it's basically telling you to watch your mouth, number one, you know, just that thing that we're taught, do to others as you would want done unto yourself, you know, type deal. You know, it's constantly, the message throughout this is that rubies, gold, choice silver, all the above is not better. It's not better than, you know, God's love compared to God's wrath. You know, how it says that, you know, verse 23, the desire of the righteousness is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. There's only bad coming with that if you completely indulge and you don't try to live for God. So alrighty guys, well, thank y'all for staying the whole way. I dropped 2 videos today. I did a small one today or a shorter one today and a longer version. I think the smaller one just hit, that's why I decided to post it. Regardless, tomorrow is day 12, so if you stay this long, but thank you very much. God bless y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.